Look around your life right now. Seriously. Pause for a second. You wake up. You check your phone. You go to a job you tolerate. You answer to a manager who doesn't have anything you truly want. You trade 10 hours of your life for a currency that vanishes the moment you touch it. Rent, car payments, takeout, insurance, and then you do it again tomorrow. We call this adulting. The rich call it something else. They call it the cage. Most people spend their entire lives running faster and faster on a wheel, thinking, if I just get a raise, if I just work a little harder, I'll finally be free. But you're not free, you're just a high-performing servant. And nobody ever built a dynasty by being a good servant. My name is Nick, and this is Mind Goals. Today, I'm going to show you the 12 money rules of the rich. But this isn't about budgeting. This isn't about cutting out coffee. This is Machiavellian wealth strategy. This is the psychology of power, control, and asset domination. By the time this video ends, you will never look at a paycheck the same way again, because you've been playing checkers. And the rich? They've been playing chess with your soul. Let's begin. Why does the average person stay broke? It's not because they are lazy. In fact, the middle class works harder than the rich. It's because they have been programmed with a poverty algorithm. From kindergarten, they told you, go to school, get good grades, get a secure job, save 10%, retire at 65. That is not a plan for wealth. That is a plan for comfortable slavery. The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them. You've heard that before, but you haven't felt it in your bones. You feel safe when you see a direct deposit hit your account. That safety is a lie. A direct deposit is a leash. The moment that leash breaks, layoff, injury, pandemic, or plandemics, you collapse. Because you own nothing that pays you. The rich don't chase income. They build fortresses. And every fortress is built on the same foundation. The art of strategic detachment from the paycheck mentality. Let's burn that mentality to the ground. Rule number 1. Income is vanity. Assets are sanity. Most people flex their income. I make 6 figures. I got a bonus. Stop clapping. In the world of mind goals, income is a trap, because income is linear. You have 24 hours in a day. You can only trade so many hours for dollars before your body breaks. The rich look at a high salary and yawn. Why? Because a salary is taxed. A salary is fragile. A salary stops the second you stop working. Assets do not care if you sleep. Assets do not care if you are sick. Assets do not care if you are on a beach in Thailand. The rule is to stop asking, how can I make more money? Start asking, how can I own something that produces money without me? That rental property, that digital course, that software, that piece of intellectual property, that is the engine. If you work for money, you are a peasant. If money works for you, you are a king. The transition from employee to owner is the single, hardest, most terrifying jump you will ever make. But it is the only jump that matters. Rule 2. The Machiavellian pivot. Use other people's money. Niccolo Machiavelli wrote, "The prince to teach power without morality." One lesson applies directly to your wallet. Never use your own resources when you can use the resources of others. The poor save cash. The rich raise capital. There is a psychological block in most people's brains. They think debt is evil. They think leverage is gambling. That is a poverty mindset. Think about it. The bank lends you $500,000 for a house. That house goes up 3% in value. You didn't earn that 3% on your money. You earned it on their money. The rule: if you are only buying things with money you earned from your own labor, you will never scale. You must become comfortable with strategic leverage. The rich understand that debt is just a tool. A hammer can build a house or break a skull. The rich use debt to buy assets that pay the debt for them. Ask yourself right now, am I afraid of debt? If the answer is yes, you are afraid of wealth. Change that today. Rule 3. The invisible income stream. You have one source of income. That isn't a financial plan. That's a high-stakes gamble. Statistically, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't matter if you make $40K or $400K. If you stop working for 6 months, you are bankrupt. That means you are not wealthy. You are just expensive. The rich build webs, not ladders. A ladder can be kicked over. A web catches from every angle. The rule here is, you need 3 distinct, uncorrelated streams of income. 1. Your active income, the day job you use for banks. 2. Your side asset, real estate, digital product, ATM machine. 3. Your passive financial instrument, dividends, royalties, crypto staking, whatever fits your risk. But here is the secret they don't tell you. The third stream is the only stream that matters. Because the third stream works while you sleep. Until you build a stream that flows without your presence, you are a slave to the clock. Build the first stream, suffer for 6 months, automate it, then build the next. Freedom is not a lottery ticket. Freedom is a system. Rule 4. Don't save, acquire. I know what your grandfather told you. Save for a rainy day. In 1971, that was wisdom. Today, it is financial suicide. In 1971, Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. Since then, the dollar has lost 85% of its purchasing power. Every dollar you have in a savings account is melting like ice in August. You are not saving. You are decaying. The rule. Inflation is a hidden tax that steals from the cautious and gives to the owners. You must convert depreciating cash into appreciating assets. The rich look at cash as raw fuel. You don't store fuel in your living room. It's volatile. You burn it to move the engine. Every time you get a paycheck, your first instinct should not be, where do I put this? It should be, what do I exchange this for? Exchange it for things that produce more of themselves. Stocks that pay dividends, land that appreciates, bonds that yield, art that multiplies. Hoarders die poor. Acquirers die rich. Rule 5. Master the psychology of delayed gratification. This is the hardest rule. Because it hurts. It hurts every single day. The poor man sees a new iPhone. He buys it. He feels good for 3 days. The rich man sees a new iPhone. He buys Apple stock. He feels nothing for 10 years, then retires. Society tells you that you deserve comfort. You deserve that vacation. You deserve that car. Society is lying to keep you weak. The rule. Discipline is the ultimate power move. The ability to watch your friends spend their future on toys while you invest in silence? That is a superpower. There is a moment, usually around month 3 of a new venture, where it gets boring. The dopamine fades. You want to quit. That moment is the firewall. That moment separates the future rich from the permanently average. When you feel the urge to treat yourself, ask, is this purchase an asset, or is this just an emotional pacifier? Rule 6. Control the controllables. Tax strategy. You are likely the highest paid volunteer in your country. Why? Because you don't understand tax. The employee pays the most tax. It's automatically taken from your check. You never even see it. The business owner pays the least tax. They pay after expenses. They pay after deductions. Machiavelli said, "He who neglects what is done for what ought to be done will bring about his own ruin." You ought to pay your fair share, but you ought not to pay a penny more. The rule is to structure your life so that you are the spender of your money before the government touches it. That means owning a business entity. That means writing off your education, your internet, your home office, your travel. If you are a W-2 employee only, you are playing the game on hard mode with a blindfold on. Start a side LLC. Consult. Freelance. Move your income from labor to business. The rules are different for owners. Learn them or lose them. We are speeding up now because you need to feel the momentum. Rule 7. Buy assets that make noise. If your portfolio doesn't keep you up at night sometimes, you aren't growing. Comfort is the enemy of return. Rule 8. Network in silence. The rich don't post their contracts on Instagram. They sign them in private clubs. Show off the result, never the process. Rule 9. Information is the only real currency. The news is late. The newspapers are for history class. Pay for proprietary data. Get into rooms where people are talking about what will happen, not what did happen. Rule 10. The no ratio. The rich say no to 99% of opportunities. Why? Because focus multiplies power. Every time you say yes to a distraction, you are stealing from your main asset. Say no to the bar. Say no to the drama. Say no to the easy money. Say yes only to leverage. These 4 rules are the gears. If you ignore them, you will be a tourist in the economy. If you apply them, you become a predator. Rule 11, and the dark truth. This hurts to hear, but the poor give their money away emotionally. They lend to friends who never pay back. They co-sign for family. They buy gifts to feel loved. The rule: your first and only priority is the growth of your asset base. Until your assets generate enough to support 10 families, you cannot save one. Machiavelli wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, nor the fox from wolves. One must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." Be the fox first. Recognize the traps. Your cousin's business opportunity. That timeshare. The pressure to buy a luxury car you can't afford. Protect your capital like a wild animal protects its young. You are not being mean. You are being strategic. And in the game of wealth, nice guys finish last. Actually, they don't finish at all. They go bankrupt helping other people move their couches. Rule 12. The legacy machine. The final rule. The rule that separates the rich from the wealthy. Most people want to die on a pile of cash. That's stupid. You can't take it with you. Rule 12. Build a machine that runs longer than your heartbeat. The wealthy build systems, trusts, foundations, bloodline capital that distribute wealth for generations. You don't just want money for your retirement. You want money that outlives your ego. Ask yourself, what would my great-grandchildren need? If you start thinking in 100-year timelines, you stop worrying about quarterly reports. You stop panic selling. You become invincible. The psychological wake-up call. Let me be brutally honest with you, because Mind Goals is not here to hug you. You have the same 24 hours as Elon Musk. You have the same access to information as Warren Buffett. The only thing stopping you is the story you tell yourself in the shower. I'm not smart enough. It's too risky. I'll start next month. Those are not reasons. Those are excuses dressed up as logic. The world does not owe you wealth. The world doesn't care if you are poor. The world is a machine, and the machine pays owners, not workers. You have 2 choices from this moment forward. Choice A: close this video, go back to the wheel, and forget everything you heard. Choice B: delete the entertainment apps off your phone tonight. Spend 2 hours learning how to buy your first asset, and start the painful, glorious process of becoming a creator of value instead of a consumer of wages. The rules are on the table. The strategy is clear. Build assets, not just income. Use leverage. Think in decades. Protect your capital. And never, ever apologize for wanting more. Because more isn't greed. More is freedom. More is safety. More is waking up and realizing you don't answer to anyone. Subscribe to Mind Goals right now. Hit the bell, because next week we are exposing the 5 laws of power in the workplace, and you will not want to miss that. You have the blueprint. Now move. The clock is ticking. What are you building today?